Hello, it's me, Janette, creator and owner of Pocket Letters and author of Janette Lane blog. How are you? Hope you've been well. In today's video, I wanted to share some tips on pocket letters and stamping and how to make your letters weigh less, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you get lots of ideas and you're inspired to make your own creative letters, which is really what pocket letters are. And so I'm starting off with some basic white cardstock, and I'm cutting it with my paper trimmer down to the magic pocket mail size number, which is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And I'm not going to be working on a full 9 pocket layout, but I am going to be working on a mini pocket letter, which is basically 3 pockets. For this layout, I am using some stamps, mostly stamps. Stamps are a great way to cut back on postage with your letters because it does get kind of expensive when you are creating these types of creative letters, because you've got embellishments and goodies and it's really easy to rack up the weight on postage. So stamps are a great idea if you want to just save a little bit of money on postage and still you can make a really nice card. And I'm going to be using some stamps from my work. In case you don't know, I work for a UK paper crafts magazine publisher. The company is called Practical Publishing. And I will have as many things as I use. If I can find them online for you, I will have those linked below, so check the product description in case you're interested in being twinsies, craft supply twinsies with me. Now let me talk about these inks. They're actually a subscription gift. So what happened is this past Christmas, I ordered a magazine subscription for one of our titles, because we have several, for a family friend, and I didn't know that I would get a gift for signing up to subscribe to the magazine, which is a really, really nice surprise because it felt like Christmas for me too. So anyway, I got these set of inks and they remind me a lot of Tim Holtz Distress inks, and they worked very similar, like just in very similar ways. They're reactive to water, they're really pigmented, and so I'm going to be using these as well as the stamps by Debi. The first thing I'm going to do is a little multicolor stamping. So I'm taking different colored ink pads and pressing them on my stamp. And this is great to try if you're using water reactive inks like dye inks, because you won't cause much damage on the felt pads of your actual inks. And these work great. And also you can try this with Tim Holtz Distress inks and also Distress oxides. And even though Distress oxides are a dye pigment combination, they still react really nicely to water. I actually did a little video on Distress oxides if you want to check that out. I think it was my last video. I'll have that link for you below though to make it easy on you. And if you happen to get a little color on your felt pads, because you might be concerned about mixing colors or your felt pads getting ruined, you should just be able to wipe it off with a cloth. But if you're concerned for your felt pads and you want to keep them nice and color, like you just don't want them to be messy, which I definitely understand, then definitely don't try it. I mean, really, it's up to you though. But I really like how you can have different colored sections to your stamps, and I also like how where the colors meet, they blend really just in a really cool way. And if you also want to try a different effect, you can ink up your stamps and then spritz a little water on them to see some beautiful, almost like watercolored effects. I am loving how the dress turned out on this one. So I used 3 colors on this, a blue, a purple, and then a gray for the upper body. So cute and so easy. Next, I'm going to use a lip stamp to create a fun patterned background. You guys, stamping has really grown on me. I don't know if you remember in my older videos, I had a love-hate relationship with stamps, but now it's definitely leaning more towards love. I've been using them a lot in my projects and they're really growing on me. Let me know if you have a moment, let me know if your thoughts on stamping have changed. Like, do you say a prayer or hold your breath before stamping your projects? Because that was me. But yeah, I love hearing from you, so let me know in the comments below if you have a spare moment. Honestly, love to read your comments. Okay, so to make a pattern background with a stamp, you want to start in the center of your paper and then work outwardly. I found that this is the best way that works for me, so give it a try. It's really easy, and then you can just come up with your own pattern, like your own pattern paper. It's just a great little tip to have in your crafty arsenal of ideas. You can try this pattern stamping technique with any stamp. You can even stamp upside down and then right side up for a little variation too. And I recently made some pattern paper like this using one of the Planner Society girls from the Christy Tomlinson monthly kit. And I ended up making a traveler's notebook insert with the paper because it was so cute. It looked like that paper had come as part of the kit. It was adorable and it was super easy to do. And it's also, there's something very therapeutic about stamping things repetitively. I don't know why, it's just very relaxing. Next up is a little masking. So masking is when you cover a portion of your cardstock and then stamp over it. And you can find all kinds of tutorials on stamp masking on YouTube. So check that out after this video if you'd like. You're going to find some amazing tutorials. But this is probably the best one to try if you're new to stamping. So here I'm going to use some washi tape and a scrap piece of cardstock to create a mask. So my stamp will not stamp through the scrap piece of paper, and it's going to create a really nice border. Now ideally, if you try this, either use masking paper, which is thin and sticky and it's going to stick nicely to your cardstock, or you can use copy paper. Don't try this with like thick cardstock as your mask because your stamp won't make even contact with your stamping surface. Mine was too thick for sure, but I didn't have any masking paper on hand, and I guess I could have used washi to protect the upper part of my card, but I didn't want to stamp on any of my washi because I don't know, right now I feel like I'm running low on washi, if that's even possible, but I feel like I am, and so I'm like, I can't use the washi. I love my washi. Save the washi. As you can see, I now have a nice clear border and I have room to stamp a sentiment on top. Easy peasy. Now this video is going to be a two-parter because I didn't want to make this super long and winded, but I wanted to announce that the next video is going to be a giveaway video, and I'm going to be giving away the pocket letter that I'm working on. So once it's all done, I'm only halfway done at this point, so don't worry, it'll look better. And then I'm also going to be giving away this A4 stamp set. So it's not the same as the one I'm using in my tutorial, but you guys, it is so cute. It's one of my favorite stamp sets. I have a set just like this in my own stash and it's gorgeous. I love it. I've given one away to one of my friends because she's really into cooking. And anywho, it's so cute. There's so much you can do with it. So I'm really excited about this giveaway that's coming up. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you do that because it's only going to be open to subscribers. And don't forget to stay tuned for the next video. So back to the tutorial, I'm now going to watercolor my images with the same stamp pads that I've been using. And if you have distress oxides or distress inks, you can also watercolor with those. And of course, I'm using my trusty dusty Waterbrush. I love my Waterbrush. If you don't have one, I honestly think that you should get one just because they're seriously one of the best inventions ever. It's like right up there with cheeseburgers and air conditioning, and I'm totally kidding. I hope you know that I'm kidding. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope that you got some ideas and inspiration for your own layouts. And if you want to see more of my crafty projects, then head to my Instagram account at Janette Lane Blog. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!